Before moving on to the video, please consider subscribing my channel and do click the notification button so that you get notified when I upload those videos.
This is Tech Arena. We have taken a different approach. We are going outdoors because this is a beautiful day and we have a beautiful product. I am Arnav here. Let's take a look onto that product. This is the beautiful product which I was talking about, and this is the Huawei's Honor 7X, and we are going to review this. This is the product. It's a nice looking blue box. Now let's read out the specifications quickly. We have a octa-core CPU, we have a 4GB of RAM and a 32GB of onboard storage, runs on Android 7.0. It has a 16 plus 2 megapixel back dual camera and has a 8 megapixel front facing camera. Now the pricing on the box is 13,999, but you can get it on Amazon at 12,999. Now let's take a look onto what's inside. Now let's open up the box and see what's inside. On the top you have the Honor 7X packed in a really good manner. Let's keep it aside and see what else is inside of the phone. Now you have the standard power brick supplied with a micro USB cable. I guess many of you might have noticed it correctly. Yes, the headphones are missing, but Honor made it up by providing a beautiful transparent case. So let me take it out. So this is the beautiful transparent case. It's rubbery, but I feel the good texture. Now let's take a look onto the smartphone. This is the smartphone, the Honor 7X. The initial impression is really good. The 18:9 aspect ratio is really good. And on the back you have a good black matte finish. You have the fingerprint sensor with a 16 plus 2 megapixel camera. And on the front you have the 8 megapixel camera. Now let me quickly power it on and set it up. Till then you see the specifications of this smartphone. You have the 5.93-inch Full HD Plus resolution display with the 18:9 aspect ratio. It runs on the Kirin 659 octa-core processor clocked at 2.7 GHz. The RAM and storage, you have a 4GB RAM and the 32GB of onboard storage. You also have the 64GB version priced at 15,999 at Amazon. Now the camera, 12 plus 2 megapixel camera, which is a dual camera on the back, and on the front you have a 8 megapixel camera. It runs on the Android 7.0 built on top of EMUI 5.1. The battery is 3340 mAh. Now let's take a look onto the physical overview of the smartphone. On the front at the top you have the earpiece sensor and a 8 megapixel camera. Below that you have the 5.93-inch Full HD Plus display with the 18:9 aspect ratio. The color reproduction is really good. And bottom of the screen you can find the on-screen navigation button, and below that you find the Honor branding. At the back you have the 16 plus 2 megapixel autofocus camera with a LED flash and a fingerprint scanner. And below that you can also find the Honor branding and the antenna lines. On the right side of the smartphone you can find the volume rocker and power button. On the left you have the SIM tray, which is hybrid one, and on the bottom you have a 3.5mm jack with a micro USB and a speaker. And on top you can find the secondary noise cancellation microphone. Now let's review the camera of the Honor 7X. The camera interface is pretty basic. Now let's see some of the pictures taken around my office. So these are the pictures taken by the Honor 7X. The color reproduction is quite a bit good, but I feel there is some warmth added to the photos taken by the 7X. But when compared to the Mi A1 wins it. These are some of the portraits which I've taken. As I said, the pictures are a bit warm. Sometimes the blur is add on to the subject, which makes really awful. These are some of the pics taken from the front facing camera. The pictures from the front facing camera is really sharp when compared to the Mi A1. Now let's take a look onto the performance of the smartphone. Talking about the performance of the Honor 7X, I feel the Honor 7X performed really well in the Geekbench. It scored 982 in the single core usage and it scored 4069 in the multi-core usage. I don't feel any heating issues. but the overall experience is good. Now let's take a look onto the display of this smartphone. The display of the Honor 7X. I don't think the 18:9 aspect ratio is really good while playing videos, but I do feel there is some good performance while playing the full HD resolution videos. And on the sunlight, it's not that much visible when compared to the Mi A1, but overall, this display is a really great display with a good amount of color saturation. Now let's move on to the final review of this Honor 7X. Now let's start with the display. I guess the USP of this product is the 18:9 aspect ratio provided for this 12999. When compared to its opponent, which is the Mi A1, it has an old style look. It has not got the full view display like the Honor 7X, and this is what keeps this mobile really special from others. And when talking about the camera, I feel that the Mi A1's camera is a lot better than the Honor 7X, because the Honor 7X produces a warm footage which is not the best. And when talking about the portrait mode, I guess sometimes it misses out the object and it blurs out even some of the parts of the object too. And when talking about the front facing camera, I guess the Honor 7X wins against the Mi A1, because the Honor 7X photo is really sharper when compared to the Mi A1. Also, the fingerprint scanner, what I noticed is that it's really fast when I have compared it with the Mi A1. But the Mi A1's is pretty slow when compared to the Honor 7X. And the user interface is pretty sharp and pretty fast when compared to the Mi A1's stock Google Android operating system. You might think that Google has the stock Android operating system when compared to this EMUI 5.1, but actually what I feel is that this is a lot more faster when compared to the Mi A1. Now, talking about the design, I love the design with the 18:9 aspect ratio, the slim unibody, and as of far I've used this is not producing much heating while heavy usages. And talking about the video footage, it also has a good footage, but it has not got the image stabilization. Well, that's not going to be present in the budget smartphones. And the overall review, considering the budget, the camera, all other aspects of this phone, I would like to give a 9 out of 10 for this new Honor 7X. And that is the complete review of the new Honor 7X. I hope so you have liked this video. If you like this video, please drop a like. I am Arnav here, signing off from Tech Arena. Let's meet in the next video.